Hello, everybody. Okay. Hello, everybody. Okay, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find out what the situation is regarding Chad and Lori. Now, we all know that the property was searched and it's been now confirmed that the bodies are of J.J. and Tylee. They were found on Chad's property, buried beside a fire pit. So I did individual reads on them to see what was going to happen with Chad once he was arrested. So now I want to, now that they've had a little bit of time to sit, and I guess from what I hear, Chad has entered a not guilty plea to his charges. So I want to look into who killed the kids. Did Lori do it? Did Chad do it? Did they both do it? We're going to see if today, if we can get some answers out of the cards regarding that. Also, I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe down below and hit that notification bell so you're notified whenever I do reads and sessions and whatnot and upload it. Also, I want to know in the comments below, you guys, if you guys want me to do a pendulum session on Chad and Lori to see if we can get some answers. You know, I don't know what's going to come out in the cards today, if we're going to get any answers, but the pendulum is more precise and asks yes and no questions. Like, we don't know when the bodies were buried there. We know that JJ was missing since September and Tylee around the same time too. But over the winter, where were they? Where were their bodies? Because a neighbor has stated that he didn't see big, huge bonfires until the spring. So I'm thinking that they did something come spring. So where were their bodies from the time, you know, they were murdered until springtime, till these bonfires? Did those big bonfires have anything to do with JJ and Tylee and whatnot? I know their property had been searched, I think back in January. Chad's property was searched, and I don't know what was found, if anything. But they had reason to go back, and I believe I read somewhere that said a neighbor had called in a tip saying about these bonfires that happened in the spring. So I think that's why they went back and started digging. But now that Chad has entered a not guilty plea to the charges, and he wants all disclosure regarding Lori and everything. So I think they turn on each other. If not, they are about to. So I want to see what we can get out of this, okay? Let me know if you guys want me to do a pendulum reading. I will. A pendulum session, sorry, I will. And put some questions in the comments below what I should ask during that pendulum session, okay? So that we can get more answers, maybe than what we're going to get right here. Okay, so we're going to jump into this. Ask the ancestors for the situation regarding Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell, now that Chad's arrested too. What is going on with them? Tell us what they were up to. Ask the ancestors for the situation regarding Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. Okay. Excuse me. So in the main position, this is the situation. In the main part of the situation, we got genocide, which means whoever caused this genocide, which is lethal harm, which means they've killed somebody, okay? And it tells me that this isn't the first time they've done it in the past, okay? This is what we got to look into deeper, and I see envy. So there's a lot of envy with this, in this situation. And this is a secret position, and this is telling me about their characters, okay? So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna get all kinds of clarification on the cards, that the first initial cards that come out. We're gonna go for clarification so they can tell us more about these cards, okay? So now we're gonna ask the ancestors for the messages regarding Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell with what they were up to with the murders of J.J. and Tylee. Ask the ancestors for the messages regarding these two. What are they up to? The ancestors for the messages regarding Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. We will get to those later that flew out. So those cards that flew out, this is something that somebody wants us to know. For the messages regarding Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. Messages regarding this situation. Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. Okay, now don't forget that this is about what's going on with them right now, okay? What they're planning on doing. Are they planning on sticking together? Are they planning on turning on each other? Now this is the head. These are the messages, okay? So this is the snake, which is at the head. This is the ending, okay? And this is what we got to look into deeper. This is the main situation, okay? It's read this way. This is the secret, which is read this way also, okay? So in the head, I got a snake. So to me, one of them is going to turn into a snake. And you know what a snake is. They'll come around and they'll poke their nose and see what they can find out, and, you know, just see what they can use for their benefit, okay? So one of them's going to turn into a snake. And I'm assuming that that's going to be against the other one. Now, if you've seen the individual readings I did when Chad was arrested, about Chad and Lori, what they were going to do with each other, what that situation was in the 3-card spread, it came out there was a fight, okay? So it's all coming down to there was a fight with this snake, okay? So don't forget this is about Chad and Lori. So there was a fight between them, okay? And I'm seeing here that she was the snake, and she's caused lethal harm before, okay? This is Lori, okay? This is the female, this is Lori, okay? And the between worlds is like undecided, in between things, like, should I stick with him? Shouldn't I? She was in between worlds there. But now that he's been arrested, I think it's her that's going to turn. She's going to turn into the snake, okay? Because she's caused lethal harm before. And don't forget, she's got 2 husbands that died. He's got a wife that died, okay? So with this, I'm seeing the snake is envious, okay? And I believe the snake is her now, okay? She's going to pull some crap. Because there was this fight with him, and if you remember my other reading, there was a fight between them where he was saying, I'm out. There was a fight over reuniting, okay? And that's what caused, I think, this riffraff between them, because this is what we got to look into deeper. And I think she was envious because she was locked up and he was out and free. And then when this fight happened, I think she's turned into the snake, okay? Because I think when this fight happened, I think he said, that's it, I'm out, like, you know. So in the secret position here, I think there was a lot of complying going on. I think they were working together at one point. And I think that the cardinal's a spirit bird, okay? And the Cardinal comes to give us, you know, warnings of things that are to come if we don't change certain paths, or warn us that something's no good for us. So I'm seeing that there was some complying going on. And the Cardinal came and said, something better change or something's going to happen. Okay, and it has to do with these people's character. Okay? All this crap that's going on, this is their character. Okay? I think hooking up with her changed his character. Okay? And I think the Cardinal warned him about the snake, but he wanted what he wanted, and it changed his character, even though the Cardinal warned. I think the Cardinal came to warn him, but he threw all caution to the wind and hooked up with, you know, Lori. Did he have a hand in, you know, when he hooked up or met up with Lori and they set this up? Because I heard that these rings were bought long before Tammy's death, his wife's death. So he was complying, working with her to have his wife offed, you know what I mean? And his whole character changed, okay? But I get the female, she's done this before. So this is nothing to her to, you know, get him to comply with getting rid of his wife, and this is how we should do it, okay? So now we're going to go into the clarification on these cards. The situation on the bottom, these bottom three, we're going to ask the clarification into the situation regarding Chad and Lori. The ancestors for clarification into the situation regarding Chad and Lori. The ancestors for clarification into the situation regarding Chad and Lori. Okay, so we're going to start here. I got honest with this genocide. And I don't know why I'm getting honest. Maybe it's because she's not being honest. Okay? This could either be good or bad. And I think in this situation, it's bad because it's with the genocide, the snake between worlds and her. So I think this is coming out to tell us she's not being honest about these murders. Okay? The two husbands, the kids, everything. Okay? She's not being honest. Okay? This female. A snake. Okay? She's not being honest. She's in between worlds. I get with the in between worlds in this situation, I'm getting she didn't know which way she was going to go. She was going to go to the dark side or she was going to stay true. But I think she's chose now. She was between worlds, but I think she chose that she's going to turn on him. This is what my intuitive senses are telling me. She's going to turn on him. She's going to become the snake. Okay? This is just all connected. She's killed before. She was in between worlds with him. What do I do? Do I, you know, to me, he's lucky to get out with his life, but he wasn't. She's not being honest, okay, about all this that's happened, okay? And I get the envy and the violence, okay? And I think this is, she was envious, okay? Like I said, that he was out and she was locked up because they were both at parts here with the violence that happened with the kids, with his wife Tammy, and with her two husbands. I think she was envious because she got caught and he was still out, okay? She was envious, okay? And here I got the character and the sun, okay? The sun is like new beginnings, okay? So I think his character used to be, this is in the secret position, so I think that his character used to be like, he just wanted a new beginning, okay? And then when he tried to get this new beginning with this Lori, ended up killing his wife. All this crap ended up happening, and because he was complying with everything Lori wanted, okay, even though the Cardinal warned him that she was going to be a snake, This new beginning was not going to be, and it wasn't going to follow his character, okay? So I think he really didn't know in the beginning, but he did come to know, okay? So that's what I think that is. Okay, so let's go into clarification on the messages regarding Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. Clarification on the messages regarding Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell. It's another one that just flew out. Okay, so with the snake, which I believe is Lori, okay? She was pretty sad, crying, whatever, okay? Because of this fight, okay? So yeah, you got parents, and I believe that's him and her, even though there's step on each side, step kids, whatever. I think this is them, okay? There was a fight with them, which made her sad, crying. She's going to turn into this snake, okay? Like, how dare you make me sad? How dare you make me cry? Okay, there was a fight. The sadness and crying with the fight. This all lines up, okay? Both of them did some violence, okay? And she was envious because she's locked up. He was out. And they both did this violence. Then they had a fight. I think he was saying to her, I'm out of here. Like, I'm done. You know, which made her sad. She turned into this snake. Okay? So don't forget, this is a situation that we're going to do right here. So with this between worlds, this is in plain sight, okay? So with this, maybe this was when she was deciding what she was going to do with the kids. Was she going to bury them? Was they going to burn them? Were they going to whatever? But whatever they did, it happened in broad daylight, okay? Here I get the female and roads, okay? So we got to add this all together. So I think this is her saying, we got to get the hell out of here. We had to take off, whatever. And when they did it, it just put more heat on them, okay? And I think now she's kind of thinking maybe they shouldn't have taken off, because maybe the heat wouldn't have come to them as hard as it did if they hadn't have taken off, okay? But this is telling me she's sad. She was crying over this fight. She was envious. They were in it together, okay? Or at least part of this they were in together. And I'm thinking that he's saying, you know, you keep your mouth shut. Don't involve me, because I'll tell about all the other stuff I do know about. But there was some kind of fight. And the fight was because she was envious because she was locked up and couldn't get out, and he was out. But there was also violence that they did together, okay? And I think at this point she's saying, okay, I'm busted either way, so no, I'm taking you with me. You're going down with me, okay? And I think she's regretting taking off now, okay? And there's going to be some honesty that's going to come out about these other murders, okay, with her husband and his wife and stuff. I think it's all going to come out. That's what I'm seeing here, okay? Because over here in the secret position, we've got that he complied at first, okay? But then he felt trapped. He was in over his head. I think when the murder of his wife happened, now he was trapped in this, okay? He couldn't get out of it. He was trapped. So he just continued to comply. I still think he's sick in the head too, but okay. And I got justice, okay? So Justice, this is in the secret position. I don't think that he realized, you know, that he's brought into all of it now, okay? There's going to be justice for his wife's murder, for her husband's, for the kids. Cardinal's saying justice is coming, okay? Justice is coming. So you guys, what I get from this, I'm going to look at these cards, but I just want to give an overall before I see these. What I see is I think she kept a lot of stuff from him when she first was getting with him. Okay, she wasn't honest about the husband affairs and what happened to her husband. Okay, she did this. She's murdered in the past. I don't think he had done anything like this before getting with Lori, okay? And I think when they decided that they were going to get together, okay? See, I don't have a male card out here, okay? Except for with this. So this is telling me she brought him into this. She trapped him in all of this, okay? I think she convinced him that they had to get rid of his wife, and now he was trapped in it, okay? Because he complied with that. He went along with it. He's just, don't get me wrong, he's just as much to blame. But she was the aggressor. She got him to do things that he wouldn't normally do, okay? All he wanted was a new start. But buddy, the kids, I believe he knew about it. I believe he was part of it. And the wife thing, okay? He felt trapped. So he did this stuff, this other stuff with her. But before this, she had killed before, lethal harm before. I think that there was a fight, okay, because she was envious that she was still in jail, he was free, and he had a part in a lot of this, the violence, okay? So she decided, you're coming with me. You know, you're not going to help me get out of this, and, you know, I don't know what this fight was about, but I can just imagine. And I think he said, adios, I'm out of here. This is all going to be put on you. And I think she's turning this around. She's going to try and put it all on him, that he did this. He made her do this. He told her the kids were brought somewhere safe because of this end of the world. Whatever happened, she's going to make up some kind of story to try and blame him. Okay? So you got the secrets. She had lots of secrets before she got with Chad. Okay? But the secrets are all out. He knows about everything now. And he still didn't come forward, so he's just as much to blame and culpable now as she is, okay? I got stealing, okay? And to me, this is both of them. They're both going to be held accountable. What's being stolen is their freedom, and they stole lives, okay? So now justice is coming and going to steal their freedom. Okay, and I got neighbors, which means people around them. Okay, it doesn't have to necessarily mean your next door neighbor. This could be somebody that was around them a lot. Okay, I'm going to go for clarification on the neighbor card. Just see why that neighbor card is there. I'll see ancestors for clarification into the neighbor card regarding Chad and Lori. Why is that neighbor card there? Whoop. Okay. She said this one flew out, so I'm going to, this is all, well, these go together, okay? When I get this at the end of a reading, and I've said this before, they're saying goodbye. They don't wish to discuss it anymore, okay? And the dark means covering things up, okay? So they covered things up from the neighbors, everything, okay? They told the neighbors goodbye. They were leaving, whatever. They were taking the kids. This, and don't forget, this isn't just a neighbor next door. This is the people around you. They told these people goodbye. They're leaving. but they were covering things up. And the dark card, which comes out with that, is they were covering up the fact that these kids were not going with them. The kids had been murdered, and that's what they covered up. But when I get the goodbye at the end, that means that's it. Don't do no more. End it here. Okay? So like I said, if you guys want me to do a pendulum reading, session, sorry, and maybe get some of this clarified in that session, you guys come up with some questions that I can ask down below, okay? If you guys want the pendulum reading. If you guys don't want it, I'm not going to bother doing it. But if you guys want it and think that it could give us some more information regarding, you know, what's going on, what's going to happen with them, now that they're both in jail, now that he's pleaded not guilty to anything, let me know. And any questions that you want me to ask, put them in the comments below, okay? And I'll get as many of them in there as I can. So once again, you guys, thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you guys are notified when I put new stuff up. And also, if you've liked this read, hit that like button, okay? Until the next time, you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.